Hello and welcome to Football Daily, where today we're looking at 10 managers who fought back from failure to re-establish themselves at the top of the game. 10. Gennaro Gattuso. Gennaro Gattuso's playing career would never have suggested a second life as a brilliant attacking coach. The Italian scored just 13 league goals in 18 years, but made an incredible 8 tackles and interceptions a game. And he carried both that combative style and goal shyness into the dugout, losing 3 jobs in his first 37 matches as a manager before joining Pizza, who netted only 84 goals in 88 games over 18 months under Gattuso. In that time, Pisa were promoted, then instantly relegated from Serie B. So it came as a little bit of a surprise when Milan offered Rino a return to the San Siro in 2017. True to form, Gattuso toughened the defence, but lost a quarter of his matches and missed out on top 4 twice, earning him yet another dismissal after a year and a half. But Napoli had clearly seen something in it and hired the then 41-year-old to rebuild them after firing Ancelotti in 2019. The results have been spectacular. So far this campaign, the Little Donkeys rank first in Europe for shots per game and second for shots on target. In the most even Italian season in years, the Part and the Pay have picked exactly the right time to come back to life, and Gattuso deserves the credit for masterminding their resurrection. 9. Carlo Ancelotti. At first, Carlo Ancelotti seemed an odd choice for Everton. The Italian hadn't built a great side since his mid-2000s Milan, and instead had enjoyed a lucrative late career steadying elite teams like Madrid and Bayern Munich after Mourinho and Pep, keeping superstars happy, all whilst winning 73% of his matches and averaging around 3 goals scored per game and under 1 conceded in the process. However, a return to a lower level with Napoli was not such a success. In his first year, Carlito finished second but missed out on the Champions League knockouts, and the next year oversaw a huge slump in Serie A, sliding to 17 points off top spot by December. A bad situation exacerbated by clashes with club president Aurelio De Laurentiis, who sacked Ancelotti after a player mutiny which saw the entire squad skip a week-long boot camp. Out of work for just 11 days, Ancelotti quickly reorganised a lopsided Everton, taking them from a side earning 1 point a game to genuine top 6 contenders, and saving the club a fortune by turning Dominic Calvert-Lewin into an elite level striker. The game's safest pair of hands, we really should never have doubted him. 8. Rudi Garcia. Rudi Garcia is the sort of mid-level manager who should always have options, but like many average tacticians, his early success raised expectations too high for him to meet. First making his name with Lille, the club he had come through as a player, Garcia won the domestic double in 2011 and developed stars like Payet, Idrissa Gueye and Eden Hazard, seeing his name mooted as a potential Wenger replacement at Arsenal before he eventually joined Roma in 2013. But though he improved his win rate in Italy, he failed to improve on his predecessor Luciano Spalletti. Roma finished second in his first year but third in his second, and in his third campaign a run of 1 win in 10 over Christmas saw the Giallorossi tumble to 5th and exit the Coppa Italia at the hands of Serie B side Spezia. And at Marseille, his next gig, a strong start once again gave way to mediocrity. His 4th spot in a Europa League final in 2018, followed by 5th and a group stage exit in 2019. However, despite his strong Marseille connection, Garcia was given a new start by Lyon last autumn. And though the league campaign ended in 7th, guaranteeing a first season without European football since '97, the French side unexpectedly made the Champions League semis, knocking out Juve and Man City along the way. Knowing Garcia, it's all going to end badly. But so far, the returns, they're pretty respectable. 7. Ronald Koeman. Ronald Koeman has always wanted to be Barcelona boss, but the Dutchman's path back to the Camp Nou was far from straight. His second job after Vitesse came with Ajax, a good place to earn the Blaugrana's attention, and he earned 2 titles there and another with PSV, after a brief and unimpressive spell with Benfica. Koeman's pattern was therefore established. Relative success would earn him a big move, where he would eventually underwhelm. After PSV, he bombed at Valencia, finishing 15th, 2 points from relegation, before rebuilding his reputation with Feyenoord, becoming the first man to play for and manage all 3 big Dutch teams. Then came Southampton, primed for glory after 18 months of Pochettino, and Koeman impressed with 7th and then 6th place finishes. But once again, his ambition got the better of him, moving to Everton where he blew £150 million, the biggest budget in Toffee's history by the way, only to leave the side in the relegation zone after 16 months. Again, he went home, and his simple tactics allowed the Dutch national team's talent to flourish, finishing second in the UEFA Nations League and qualifying for a first international tournament in 5 years. But we all know how how Koeman follows up success, and with Barca's squad in transition and Leo Messi unhappy in Spain, we struggle to see him breaking his rollercoaster pattern at Barca. 6. Roy Hodgson. 40-year careers are hard to end overnight, but after England exited Euro 2016 in disgrace, the British press did their level best to torch Roy Hodgson's credibility at the top level. The veteran manager's time in charge of his country yielded a 59% win rate, the second best of his life and marginally better than Gareth Southgate's, but ended in humiliation as the Three Lions suffered a second-round loss to Iceland, seeing Hodgson spend 15 months unemployed, his longest period without a gig since 1982. However, Roy is a more sophisticated tactician than he's given credit for. The Englishman speaks 5 languages and has coached in 8 different countries, winning 7 titles in Sweden and 1 in Denmark. And when he was eventually drafted in to save a Crystal Palace side which had lost the first 4 games of the 17-18 season without scoring a single goal, he quickly got them playing again, finishing the year in 11th before earning 49 points the following campaign, Palace's best ever Premier League tally. Despite an ageing, weak and overpaid squad, Hodgson has kept Palace in the division, proving the oldest manager ever to manage in the Prem still has something to offer English football. 5. Nuno Espírito Santo. Goalkeepers rarely become top managers, but Nuno has made an asset of seeing things from another perspective. All the analysis I do now are from the camera behind the goal, he told The Guardian in 2016. This gives you a real view of the game as the players see it. The Portuguese's bond with his players is clear at Wolves, but Nuno's previous jobs were not always so harmonious. Now in his 9th season as a coach, he started out at Liga NOS side Rio Ave, reaching 2 cup finals in 2 years, but foolishly accepted the cursed Valencia job in 2014. In his first year, he lifted Los Che from 8th to 4th, with 28 points more than the year before. But a poor start to the following campaign amid reports of dressing room discord prompted his resignation. Nuno went back to Porto, where he had spent 5 years as a player, but appeared just 14 times, but once again was unappreciated, getting sacked for not winning a trophy despite helping the club from 3rd to 2nd and losing just 2 league games, compared to 7 the year before. Impressively, he chose to take an interesting job in the Championship, rather than a prestigious one at a top-level league, and Nuno is once again amongst the most respected managers on the continent now. 4. Ralf Hasenhüttl. It doesn't matter how highly rated you are, how well you did in Germany, or the quality of your underlying stats, if you lose 9-0, you're probably going to be out of a job. So when Southampton were battered by Leicester in the biggest home loss in top-flight history in October 2019, everyone expected Hasenhüttl would shortly be unemployed. But to Southampton's credit, they saw the bigger picture, even when the club lost its next 2 fixtures as well. Hasenhüttl was building something, and Southampton went on to win 7 of their next 10 as they switched to a back 4, whilst Ings netted 10 in those games, taking the club from 18th to 12th. The next time they played Leicester in January, they beat them 2-1 away, and after lockdown, they got better still, losing 1 and winning 5 of their closing 9 games. And in 2020-2021, at the time of writing, they're 4th in the Prem, recovering from another bad loss, 5-2 to Spurs, to beat Everton and draw with Chelsea. Only Palace have made more tackles and interceptions than the Saints this season, and that shameful night at St Mary's is a distant memory. Thanks to Hasenhüttl's belief, the team has got its fight back. 3. David Moyes. David Moyes' first spell with West Ham was 6 months of firefighting. Appointed at a club in 18th with the worst defensive record in the division, Moyes cobbled together a dull but effective unit, taking 33 points from 27 games to secure safety with 2 weeks left and a respectable finish of 13th. However, the Hammers are always ambitious, or at least they like to think so, and decided not to extend the Scots contract, instead hiring Manuel Pellegrini to play a more expansive style of football. Ironically, it's Moyes who's ultimately succeeded in that goal. Moyes once again found the team in trouble down in 17th, and though he took only 1 point more from his 19 games in 1920 than Pellegrini, the team improved massively, with an XG difference of -2 over that half of the season compared to -16 under the Chilean. And the improvement has continued. After 7 games of the 2021 season, only 5 Premier League teams boast a better goal difference, despite a horrible start to the season which saw the Irons play City, Spurs, Leicester, Arsenal, Liverpool and Wolves in their opening 7 fixtures. Moyes took points off 4 of those 6 sides, and West Ham looks safe for another year. In East London, in my opinion, that counts as success. 2. Stefano Pioli. In 18 years of management, Stefano Pioli has never won a trophy, but his last 4 jobs are as prestigious as they come: Lazio, Inter, Fiorentina, and now Milan. However, he was never expected to last as long with the Rossoneri. Joining in October 2019 with a win rate of just 44% in his previous 3 gigs, as second choice to Spalletti, and following the spectacular failure of Marco Giampaolo, whose reign ended after 4 losses in 7 games. Pioli out trended on the day of his appointment, and Milan even courted Ralf Rangnick as a potential new boss, but slowly Pioli's team has come together. Given time to reorganise during lockdown, Milan put together the best record in the league after returning, and since June have taken an average of 2.6 points per game, which would give them a total of 97 over a full season. They've lost just 6 times in 46 under Pioli, and though the team is led by 39-year-old Ibrahimovic, their foundation should last for years, with an average age of just 24.9, the youngest in Italy. Riding high at the top of Serie A, Milan are once again worthy of their football heritage, and they have the unfancied Pioli to thank. 1. Jose Mourinho. When Mourinho replaced Pochettino at Spurs in the winter of 2019, we were among his biggest doubters. At Man United, the Portuguese have recorded his lowest win percentage since becoming Porto boss in 2002, and had lost an average of 11 matches a year at Old Trafford and his second stint with Chelsea, compared to 7 a year in the 5 campaigns before that. But perhaps we just called it too early. Despite feuding with Rose and Ndombele and Dele Alli, Mourinho's record in North London speaks for itself. Only Liverpool, Man City and Man United took more points over the rest of the 1920 season, as he lifted the Lily Whites from 14th to 6th, and an excellent transfer window has only improved them further, with the most goals scored in the Prem to date, and only Liverpool boasting more points and a better attack by expected goals. No longer complaining about refs and moaning in press conferences, Mourinho seems happy again, and has crafted a team which plays with enthusiasm too, led by the world-class Harry Kane and Son in the form of their lives. Despite all that he's achieved in the game, a major trophy of the Spurs could and should go down as one of the most impressive of Mourinho's career. So that was our list of 10 managers that have fought back from failure to re-establish themselves at the top of the game. But did we miss anyone out? Let us know in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you later.